Hello, Sarah here, and I make videos on mental health and wellness. I'm an expert in mental health and wellness, and you need to know that counseling is for everyone. And if you pay attention to things that I post here, the videos that I post here, and if you want to book a session with me, if you do so, then you're going to live the best life. You're going to achieve a higher level of mental wellness, and you're going to be the best version of yourself. Do you want to be the best version of yourself? Then you need to subscribe to my channel. You need to watch my videos, follow up with me, book a session to talk with me anytime that you feel like. So for this video, I'm going to talk about loss and grief. Are you ready to learn some more about loss and grief? Okay, let's get into it. Well, loss and grief. What is a loss? You experience a loss when you lose your loved one, or when you lose something that's valuable to you. It's not necessarily losing a loved one. You may lose a property, you're living in this property and all of a sudden a fire comes and you lose your whole house, you lose everything. That's a loss. And you can lose a loved one too. You can lose a job. That's a loss. You can lose friendship. Even breakups are losses, by the way. So how do you handle a loss? So when you experience a loss of something valuable, could be your loved one, could be property, could be a relationship, whatever thing that you have lost, you find that you experience feelings that I would call negative. And I use the word negative because they are unpleasant. You feel sad, you feel disbelief, you feel frustrated, you feel terrible about the loss. What I want to tell you today is that as negative as those feelings feel, they're very normal and they're important in your grieving process. One misunderstanding that I want to talk about as I continue is about crying. Many people think that crying shows a weakness in them. I'm here to tell you that no, crying is therapeutic. And what do I mean by that? Crying shows your inner strength. It shows how strong you are in handling the feelings that you feel deep within you that only you know about. So when you're experiencing a loss and you feel overwhelmed with this negative emotion, the disbelief, the pain, the hurt, when you feel overwhelmed and you see your tears rolling down, don't hold it. Don't be embarrassed about it. Allow the tears to roll down. It's therapeutic. It shows how strong you are in handling the hurt that only you know about. So if you feel like crying, let the tears roll down, take a tissue, wipe them. It's therapeutic. You are releasing the tension within you. Allow yourself to release it. So you have experienced a loss and you're feeling an overwhelming number of negative emotions. I want you to allow yourself to experience these negative emotions because they are very important. If you do not experience these negative emotions, you may get clinical, and by clinical I mean you can develop severe depression and you go to a mental institution. But if you can only allow yourself to experience the hurt, this was a very important thing to you, this was a valuable thing to you. If it's a property that you've lost, it meant so much to you. If it's someone, if it's your father that you've lost, he meant a whole world to you. So if you're feeling sad, you shouldn't apologize about it. If you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling frustrated, allow yourself to go through this. Negative emotions. Some people may take a month, some people may take a week, some people may take a day or 2 days. Nobody should tell you that you should be over this. Don't let anyone tell you how to handle your grief. You need to take as much time as possible to handle your grief, to go through these experiences, the negative emotions. They feel terrible. So as terrible as they feel, you need to tell yourself that they are normal. Allow yourself to go through them. And as you go through them, you will reach a point that we call an acceptance point. And an acceptance point is a point where you are ready to move on. You have gone through the negative emotions, and you realize that what has happened, and that there's nothing you can do about it. But even though a sad thing has happened, you've lost your loved one, you are still living, and there's still more you need to look forward to, given that you are still living. It's not yet done with you. So much is at stake around you. So you need yourself. So you'll reach the acceptance stage where you need to tell yourself, well, I've lost my loved one, I've lost my husband, but I'm still living. Am I going to just stay here and do nothing the rest of my life because I'm still living? No. You need yourself. You need to bounce back. That's when you accept. You accept that it happened and he has rested. You release him to rest, and you need to move on. You need to move on with your life. You need to move on with your work. You need to develop another meaning. If it's your job that you lost, okay. You've gone through the episode of mourning. We call the episode when you're experiencing these negative feelings as a result of a loss. We call it the mourning period. So after going through the mourning period, you've lost your job. Okay, you've allowed yourself to mourn. This was a very powerful job you had. You had all hopes and what have you. So after that period, you accept that yes, however sad it is, it happened, and it's not your fault. It just happened because it happened. And right now it's time for you to move on. You got to find a new job, baby. You need to move on. It's your life. You know, if it's your loved one, you need to take care of your children. Your children need you. You need to go out there and do something that is self-satisfying. Okay, so that's now the acceptance stage. So when a loss happens, take as much time as you feel comfortable to go through the mourning process. It's very uncomfortable to experience these negative feelings, but they are normal. You need to experience them. They are normal feelings. This was valuable. One thing I must mention as you go through the mourning process, you need to remember to take care of yourself, ensure that you are eating. You are feeling terrible inside, but ensure that you're eating, ensure that you are having a shower, ensure that you are comfortable, you're in a safe place. So that allows you to go through the process well. And if you have families, some cultures, family they come to help you mourn. If it's a loved one, they come to help you cook and all those things. Enjoy the presence of your family around, because social support has great influence in just enabling you to go through the mourning duration, the period where you are grieving. It lessen. Social support lessen the intensity and the length of it. So if family is coming, embrace them, allow them to be in your life. So I don't know what kind of loss that you have experienced, but we experience loss in our lives everywhere. It could be your child, and it's terrible. So listen to this video from the start and follow through the process that I've mentioned, and you'll realize that over time you'll be able to reach the acceptance stage where you find another meaning to your life, and you realize that you are still here even though you lost something, but you are still here, and that gives you a reason to continue fighting, gives you a reason to want to be a better person, gives you a reason to improve your life, because you are still here. If it's a loved one, then you can create a meaning for your life. You can say you want to live a life to the fullest in his memories or in her memories, you see. So those are things that you need to consider. when you're going through a loss. So if you have questions about loss and grief, send them to me. You can book a session with me. Again, my website is talktopsychologist.com. You can reach out to me through my email, nafrulasara8@gmail.com, with your questions, or you can book a session with me. And in a case of a loss and grief, you will get a chance to work with me through it all, and I'll empower you with more skills and techniques that will just enable you to handle the tough situations that you are going through. Mostly the mourning process, the grieving process, the uncomfortable process is normally tough for many, and if you have a therapist like I with you, then it's gonna be easier. So feel free to reach out to me. Thank you again for watching my videos. You can watch other videos because they are also helpful. There's a video on relaxation techniques that's so powerful. There are other videos that you may watch and they may benefit you as you go through your loss. Thank you again for watching this video.